So there's my little house down in the woods there. I am on top of the guest house now. I did not clean the roof off last year because I was a lazy sumbitch. So it is like a sod roof up here. Luckily it's a steel roof and a good one, but I need to get it cleaned off. So that is the task for today. So what tobacco would you pick for a task like that? Well, I chose Hearth and Home Black House. I don't know why, it just sounded good. Nice Balkan mix. One of those knockoffs of probably Balkan Sobrani or who knows. So it's good, and it was kind of the last of the tin. I still have another smoke or two in there, but so it's kind of dry, which I like. So I'm just out here letting my eyes get a little sunshine because this has been very rare this fall. Almost the wettest fall, certainly, on record. In a wet place. So, I love these clear blue, what I call Colorado days, because we had, Seattle area is like 300 cloudy days a year, more or less. Denver was 300 sunny days a year. And the most beautiful sunshine. We just get liquid sunshine up here. But it could be white, snowy sunshine. Next couple days is supposed to be really cold. So, smoking an old CustomBilt. Not that old, actually. This is one of the later ones. One of the Wally Franks. I almost like these better. I mean, they're really crisp. This one was not much smoked. So, I'm going to say from the 70s. Could be the early 80s. That's pretty recent for a CustomBilt. I'm just having a good time up here trying not to break my neck. Don't do that. I have my phone in case something bad happens, and if I can't get to my phone, if I'm like so broken, ain't much gonna help me anyway. So, it's just kind of nice being out and getting something useful done. So Will wrote me and said, "You seem so positive all the time. How do you do that? When I try it, it just seems like sugar-coating shit." I had to laugh at that. I don't try to be positive. I don't know. It is what it is. And actually, it's pretty nice, I think. I mean, I don't have a TV, so I don't immerse myself in all the negativity that there is there. I get a morning newspaper, so I can have like half a page of commentary on a topic instead of 3 sentences. Even radio. I like BBC Radio, I like NPR. Boy, you just get the skim. You just get the merest amount of news. It just is insufficient. Not that my little local paper is... And they got bought by USA Today, McPaper. Ugh. But, I don't know. It's okay. It's what it is. So, and honestly, I do suffer from a little depression. So, I have to watch out for that. I don't take any meds for it. I have done a little talk therapy. Not terribly useful. My talk therapy is more with friends, where we have good conversations and stuff. And I have some excellent friends. But, I'm kind of a loner with a lot of friends. Um, I am social when I need to be, very much so. I'm quite civic when I'm out there doing stuff, in committees and stuff. And so I'm quite social that way. But I have a lot of alone time. Is it depressing? No. Depression is kind of a chemical thing, I think. So, and it's a perspective. And honestly, you can confuse depression with anger. And anger, to me, is a different animal. It is all about your expectations. You're angry because things aren't turning out the way I wanted them to, damn it. Those motorcycles up there. It's a little rice rocket. No, it's not. It was a Honda, I think. Couldn't really see. Anyway, they're so noisy. Well, that reveals that you just wish it was quiet. Well, it also reveals that you're ignoring reality. So, I find it kind of fascinating how, the little rice burner that went by, it's like people get really into that. I have a cousin in Nebraska who's really into that. And it's kind of fascinating. He's like totally rebuilt this Honda Accord that my aunt gave him. And it's cool, So it's a matter of perspective, I think. Not that I'm the most positive person all the time. Positive. I don't know. I just don't think in those terms. If it's more of an end result, I guess. I'm not trying to be positive. I don't know. In a way, my goal is really to see the world as it is. Just as it is. And the good, the bad, everything. To me, it's a remarkable place. Yeah. So, instead of being on autopilot, and worrying about what you're going to have for dinner, and then, oh my gosh, what's tonight, and then, tonight, and then that leads me to the rest of the week, and then I'm thinking about work next week, and oh my God, so you're not in the present moment, you're not here and now, you're just in your head, strategizing, and, your monkey mind is trying to get a handle on its little insecurities, and you're letting it run wild. Well, it's like a 2-year-old that's screaming in the mall. Parent, control your kid. So, it's a deep subject, actually. And I'm busy clearing the sod off my roof, so I got to get going with this before the sunlight. That's the bad thing about winter up here in the Pacific Northwest. It's like daylight is very short. So you got to make the most of it. That's what I'm going to do. See, there was a roof under there. A few more dents where branches have fallen on it, but no penetrations. This is good stuff. This is that overlapping seam roofing with no exposed fasteners. I mean, it's just a great design. Kind of spendy, but, I have to do this yet. But it'll rinse right off. And be good for another year. Yeah. So the great thing about a largish bowl and an English Balkan mixture is it burns pretty slow. So you don't have to run back to the house and refill. I just love the sunshine up in the firs there. Big tall firs here. That's a pretty good sized tree. So course, logging this, you'd tear up your whole yard getting it out. And, I mean, these are what loggers call decadent firs, meaning that they're past their optimal, the growth curve versus the value curve. And the growth curve starts slowing down at, 70 to 90 years, depending on the soil and exposure. In this country, at least. Maybe 110 might be optimal. But then it really slows down, and you don't gain that much by waiting. So anything beyond that is decadent. So that was a surprisingly juicy term for usually the pretty dry business of logging. Anyway, yeah.